Hi guys, welcome back to our channel Bullet Diaries. Lot of things has been said and done about this bike. Lot of videos has been already made, and this is our time right now to check out whether this bike can perform or how the bike can perform in the city's traffic of Bengaluru. Let's find out. And we are here with this beauty, the chrome red classic 350 2022 model. And as the title says, this is the real-time overview of this bike on city traffic conditions. So before I start this video, I want to thank Royal Enfield for believing in us and giving this bike. I want to thank the BTM showroom as well, the Royal Enfield BTM showroom, whose details have been given in the description. That's the place where I pick up this bike, and Vishnu bro as well as Bipin sir and all those who have been connected with. The moment when we sit on this bike, we can immediately feel the change, and the change is nothing but the engine. And this engine is known as the J platform engine. This particular J platform engine has been developed at the time of Meteor, and it is kind of similar to the twin cylinder engine which was in November 2018 at the time of Continental GT as well as the Interceptor. That's a twin cylinder. This is a single version of it. They have tried to keep similar kind of a design which was initially there for the UCE, so anybody who is looking at it might not be able to immediately understand, but definitely there is a change rather than the hydraulic system where the rocker arms, everything used to get actuated. Now instead of that, there is a timing chain system. And what does it result in? What are you going to gain? Zero vibrations, more refinement, and definitely there is going to be more effect on the mileage as well. And what are you going to lose? Yes, many people, those are Royal Enfield enthusiasts, that slow duk 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 sound, that is going to be little lesser, as well as you are going to lose vibrations as well. So it's always a win-win situation when you're considering the things which you're going to lose, even though it is not having that simultaneous idling sound, but it is pretty much close to what we used to hear. And the exhaust note is also very good. So they have kept it as much as stock as possible. They have not made it very much close to like all the other 4-stroke engines. But definitely when you ride this bike in a place where there is isolated or there are houses which are covered, this punch, you can hear it up to a certain distance. Another important thing which I wanted to tell was regarding the gear shifting. Gear shifting has become much smoother now. Yes, of course, with the new engine, the shifting up and shifting down, there is no any kind of false neutral issues which used to be there in the older models. False neutral was the one thing which used to trouble many of us, because whenever in the traffic we want to overtake or we want to go somewhere or we are downshifting, it always used to go to the false neutral. So that way, again, it's an improvement from Royal Enfield. Now many of you might be thinking that how does it feel to maneuver this bike in any kind of situations. So we will come on to the turning radius of this bike, and turning radius wise, again, it has a plus point. It's a very short turning radius, so you can maneuver your bike even in the busy traffic or even in the small pavements or places where the other bikes or initially or previously people might be thinking it to be having a difficulty to maneuver around. So in the radius department, again, the overall handle has been changed. The grips are changed. The grips are more comfortable. It's not the straight ones which it had been there for the earlier models. Now it has been more made comfortable, so that even if you ride for a longer time or a shorter distance, you won't feel anything in your hand, and most importantly, you won't feel like you have to put a grip on it. So that way, again, it is one of the good things which I found on this bike. practically speaking, because there have been so many reviews and so many videos already been made, and we have been little late into this bandwagon, so we will talk practically. And when we talk about this meter cluster, it is again a welcome change. It is a mixture of analog and digital, both combined. So what do you get in this digital display? You get the trip 1, the odo, the time, trip 1, trip 2, as well as trip F. Trip F is nothing but the reserve. It shows you that how many kilometers you have been riding at reserve. So roughly you get almost 2 to 2.75 liters. So approximately you will be able to understand that how many kilometers more you can ride. You can have a eye on it, and as you can see, it's already on trip F. So there is a low fuel indicator as well, which used to be there in this side on the earlier classic 350s. And in this section you have low fuel indicator, you have that engine red, what do you call it, engine ECU malfunction, and you have the ABS also indicator, as well as you have the pass indicator, or you call it as the dipper. And yeah, one of the very important things which Royal Enfield has introduced is this navigation display. And as I said, navigation display was first introduced in the Meteor. It comes as a stock, but in the classic 350 standard models, it doesn't come as a stock. You have to pay money for it. You have to fit as an extra fitting. That is kind of a little discouragement or a disappointment for people those are going to buy it as a stock. So, but anyways, it is a very useful thing. It actually mirrors the display of your phone, and it connects to the GPS, and it shows you turn-by-turn navigation. We went for a small long ride also, so it was very useful for us. And even in the city traffic, whenever you want to go to a place where you don't know, this turn-by-turn navigation is going to help you. And anyway, it is built with Google, so you can easily connect to the map, and it will guide you properly, because you know that Google is having the biggest network of the maps. So even though the smallest of the turn or smallest of the distance or any kind of navigation, it's going to do it with ease. So something you already know. And yes, there is a big change. The overall switch mechanism has been changed. So all the switches which we have been previously using, that's totally changed right now. So you have here the engine kill switch, the on and the ignition. So it is like a lever now, unless like a push button. Same goes for the left hand side. The lights, upper, lower, as well as the pass lights. This has been a difficulty for me personally, because I'm not used to this kind of pass lights. I'm used to clicking here. So that's an information section now for the display what you have, and that's a major thing. And even the handlebar also has been raised up to a certain extent, so you don't feel like you are leaning front, because in the earlier classic models I'm 5 feet 10 inches, so I found it little difficult to lean a bit forward and ride. So I used to have back pain on my classic 350, but when I changed to my standard 500, such things has been eliminated. But in this, even though I've ridden for more than 140 kilometers, I felt pain maybe initially, because all of a sudden from the bike which I ride, that's my Charisma, to here there is definitely a change in the overall seating. So it took time for me to adapt, and after that it's really a good experience. So if you go in the city for how many time ever you want, it doesn't feel anything on your back. So that's about it. And in the front, there is one more important thing which Royal Enfield has added, and that is the handle lock system. Yes, initially the handle lock system was you had to first switch off the ignition here, then you have to lock the handle separately on the right hand side, and that thing is being eliminated. Now as all other vehicles, you can directly lock from here, just push lock and bam, it's done. So that's as simple as that. As well as the levers, the yokes, everything is changed. Even if you ask about the disc brake and the calipers, that's also changed. The whole system has been changed now. It's much more crisper when you hold the brakes, and you have more confidence when you're riding it. So we are in this not so busy traffic in Bangalore. So yeah guys, if you are liking this video, please hit that like button and do not forget to subscribe, because there is more video coming up on this particular bike. We are going to have a review of a long ride, and we are going to have a review of the night ride. Yes, we also want to see that how this bike performs in the night conditions, if not long rides, at least in the city. So definitely, if you guys want to see that, like this video, and if you have any questions, do not forget to mention that. So we have come to the front side department. Now we can go to the shock absorbers and tires. Definitely they have been much bigger, and the tires are very grippy. There is no problem at all. We didn't had a chance to ride in the rainy conditions, but as far as I can see, there is no any kind of grip issues. It's gripping pretty much well, and when you want to pull the brake also, there is no issues at all. And front and back both are ABS with the disc brakes. So again, comfortability wise, or if you ask me about how does it feel when you're going at a particular speed and you want to brake, definitely there is no problem at all. And one of the important points which I want to mention is the seats. Yes, the seats are broader now, and the material used in the seats is also very good. It doesn't feel at all that you don't have that sore seat feeling when you ride for more kilometers. The day one I had ridden for almost 96 kilometers in a day. Yes, I had to go for a long distance near to the airport and come back, but still I never felt anything on my bump. Yeah, so that way again it is a plus point for people, those who want to go for a long rides, even on a day, even if you are going for any kind of work. This is not going to disappoint you at all.